Hey guys, in this Theory in 3 minutes, we're going to look at the concept of the circle of fifths, which is usually covered later on in music. A lot of people think of this as a complex and advanced topic, and the reason most people think it's complex and advanced is because of how it's usually depicted. This is how I first saw the circle of fifths and how most people picture it. And what it is, it's a circle of key signatures that shows which major scales have sharp or flat keys, or on a piano keyboard, the black notes. So C major has no black keys, so there are no sharps or flats. Then we have G major, which has one black note, F sharp. D major has two black notes, F sharp and C sharp, and so on. So this is the circle of fifths. It does beg the question though, why is it called the circle of fifths? Clearly it's a circle, but what's up with the term fifths? So let's unpack that a bit. And actually the circle of fifths is a lot cooler than you would think. And it's all about patterns. So looking at a piano keyboard, for example, let's look at the three examples we just mentioned, C major, G major, and D major. And the C major scale is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. That is a major scale in the key of C, and sure enough, none of those notes are black. Then the G major scale, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, is the G major scale, and there's one black key, F sharp. Then the D major scale is D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. And in D major, there are the F sharp and C sharp, two black keys, which is why that key signature has two black keys. Let's look again now at these patterns a little closer. And what we have is, going back to the C major scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. We could refer to that using scale degree numbers, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The fifth note of C is G, so we'll start on that pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The fifth note of G major is D, so we'll start on that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The fifth note of D is A, and so on. So we could continue going through all of these keys, and what we get is all 12 keys that are connected into a pattern that we call the circle of fifths. So instead of referring to it like this, what we really could say is that the circle of fifths is just formed by overlapping all of the major scales like this. So we have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. The fifth note of the C major scale is G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The fifth note of G major is D, and so on. So we have the circle of fifths. And just as all of the keys overlap and bleed into each other in music, all of the keys, or the colors in the color wheel, bleed into each other. So that's why we can have the color wheel match the circle of fifths. They are basically following the same exact pattern. So now that we understand the circle of fifths like this, we can look at the difference between the two typical depictions of the circle of fifths, with the key signatures in a ring like this, or the actual patterns at the center here. So the ironic and misleading thing about the typical depiction of the circle of fifths is that it highlights the differences between keys, which keys are black and which keys are white, and it also seems very asymmetrical, while really the circle of fifths is all about symmetry. Music is just patterns. And once you understand that it's all just symmetrical patterns, that is the insight you need to really advance in music theory. Since music is all about patterns, it makes sense to learn about the circle of fifths up front, not later on, but initially. And that is how you can advance quickly. So the circle of fifths is a beautiful thing, and that is it in a nutshell.